What's up, Magoo?
Not much, man. That new in the sun.
Man. Hey, you're trending with the iiTTCAST, trending it with us. This is your host, WD3. It's my co-host, Magoo, with 3 O's.
3 O's.
Hey, now today, Magoo, today, I'm shaking my head, man.
Yeah, I'm up here. I wonder if it's the same thing I'm looking at.
Well, yeah, it's the same story, and it just makes you think, like, when will it ever stop? Now, according to U.S. News, police provide updates on California shooting that left 4 people dead. Oh, man. Can't even go anywhere nowadays, huh, Goo?
Man, yeah, I was at a food festival, and sadly, one of the victims was a 6-year-old. I was
Wow.
part
So,
of that story earlier today.
So getting into it, according to the U.S. News, local police confirmed that 4 people, including a suspect, were killed in a shooting incident at the Gilroy Garlic Festival in Gilroy, California, late Sunday. 12 people were also injured. Authorities said that there may be a second shooter involved. So there's a second shooter. A lot of witnesses were saying the first shooter, he died at the scene.
Yeah.
But the second shooter, wow. What do you make of this, Magoo?
I hope there's not a second shooter. Yeah. Like you said, same story, different scenery, different location, but when is enough is enough. Like,
Right. Did you get any kind of idea of I know there's no reason why, but the reason
they're
this
still
guy
looking.
stated?
They haven't found any motives yet, being that the first shooter, like you said, was dead on the scene. So they're still doing an investigation to find out the motive behind it and who exactly the shooter was.
Now, have you ever heard of this festival before, the Gilroy Garlic Festival?
No, can't say that I have, but there's all kind of, you never know. I just seen it made the news. I just seen last night there's a petition to the White House to make Halloween every Saturday, the last Saturday of the month now instead of the 31st. Because people want to party.
Well, from this
That's
story,
crazy.
one thing I saw from this story was there were a lot of follow-up calls for gun control, which you know is basically one of the results of acts like this. You're going to get a lot of calls.
One thing that triggers or pops up right after.
So,
that was coming.
Do you have any stance on particular gun control laws, issues, or things like that as it relates to this story and other stories like this?
You know me for a while. For those who don't know me, I'm pretty much a spiritual person, and might not agree with it, but there's a such thing called the Mother Nature and the way of life. There's food chains and things is destined to happen. I don't know what book of any religion that does not record or have written down the trials and tribulations of the life or time before what we have now. There's always been monsters and beasts and, horrible people in this world. It's always been that way since day one.
So do you think that incidents like
this
this...
gets worse because of technology and the accessibility to things, so it just seems more detrimental, more of an impact now, being that it's in our face now. Back then, there was no internet or whatnot, so news did not travel fast, not as fast as it does now.
So with a lot of these calls for gun control and the gun laws as a result of cases like this, my insight on it is I feel like a lot of the gun control laws make it easier for guns to get in the hands of the wrong people, while the people who would legally own the guns, it's harder for them to get. So that's a touchy subject as far as gun control, but we are sorry to hear of the 12 injured and the 4 dead. The gunmen, I mean, that's kind of what happens. And the gunman being dead leads us to our next story. Our next story has a bit of a twist to it. As far as we know that in Jonesboro, about 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago, there was a school shooting, and one of the shooters, what I'm understanding from the story, was an 11-year-old kid, and now he is 33 years old. Well, he was, and he just had an unfortunate car accident. Now, many would say that's pretty much karma. It's a great word there. But getting into it, according to U.S. News, 1998 Arkansas school shooter dies in car crash. Now, Drew Grant, one of the 1998 Jonesboro, Arkansas school shooters, died in a car accident on Saturday. Grant, who was previously known as Andrew Golden, was 11 years old at the time of the shooting that killed 5 and injured 10. Now, that was 20 years ago that we're still going through this. We can name them all. An 11-year-old kid. And
sound like they gave him a second chance at life, and he just didn't get away from it.
You know, I was wondering, how did this, if he's a school shooter, how did he get out of jail? But I guess 11 years old, I don't know. That's a touchy one. I think that he should have stayed in jail. If you're going to shoot up a school and kill so many people, injure 10 and kill 5, at 11 years old, that's tough. But if you're going to participate in something like that, I think your mind is gone. I think you should be tried as an adult. That's hard to say, but this is just, it's sickening. We have Columbine, we have the Virginia shooting. I mean, we can just go up and down the list, but at a certain point, we got to try to understand what is going on, and be careful whenever you go to these events where a lot of people are. I would say pray. You can't just stay in your house, I guess, but pray.
As I told you, I'm a spiritual person. Things happen for a reason. You got to be in that fly on the wall, pretty much.
Wow. Well, a couple of sad stories, but moving on.
Shorty! Big Globe Action 2-0. How do you survive in the 42 to 5? A real niggas do or die.
Chrome and blue Dayton's on the 9-deuce fleet. Pumps and dumps in my trunk, hitting switches to the beat. Hold tight to your heat while this motherfucker leap. Bang her right at the light, put the fork to the sleeve. What you know about me? Dub back, summer cheek. Having triple beam dreams, cause the streets never sleep. From a gram to a key, my first zip of 9-3 and 9-6. I caught the brick from the homie MD. You can tell by the moves I've been to LOC. Ever since Blue Dog turned me on RTC. With the blue rack swag, all stars on my feet. ESC ice chain on my fresh white tee. Trendsetter to this game so niggas get like me. Them inside trade 5 niggas just like me. It might be a homicide if I turn up the heat. And if a nigga won't beef, then I murder the beat.
They ask me how do you survive in a 40 to the 5 where real niggas do die and the gangsters who ride by sticking to the code, never switching it up with the same clique that I was raised with, giving it up. They ask me how do you maintain in the blue and red jungle where the gangsters like to rumble when the busters stay humble by keeping it straight solid, never crumbling up with a mean whip gang with big guns on the top. Yeah, I woke up in the morning, it's about that time for me to get fresh to death so I can step to my grind. Put a few stacks in my pocket, grab the car keys in my 9, then twisted me a Swisser filled with purple and lime. Headed to the mean deuces and victorious trays where the gangsters like to play and bait the trap with the yay. Where everybody know my name, man, they know I'm a rep. And you can tell I'm way gangster by the way that I step. And you can tell I chose blue by the flag on the left. Yeah, slash go getter, I'm a fabulous chef. Ask niggas about little murder, they'll say I'm the truth. First I mastered the streets before I mastered the booth. Rocking the same go-to since the age 1-6. When I first copped the brick and some triple gold dicks. Then hit the club scene, shootouts with my foes. Bitch niggas got mad cause I was knocking they hoes. Yeah. The most envy, the GP deeply in me. Quick to squeeze and lead a pearl of my strap, smoking like chimneys. Deuce not a flow, proper hoe, knock a blow, cop a dome, clock of my strap, go.
Let me see what I do. Talking about Dub X and 2-0. I'm gonna get them on the wall right now. You know, people will be all up in my business.
Yeah.
I got them on speed.
Hello?
Y'all know this nigga Osama?
Oh, yeah, that's the little homie.
He's straight, man. He's official.
Good looking on this.
On my OKC shit, pack that thunder for you bust. Draw more beef with that flame out the ceiling.
How do you survive in a 40 to the 5 where real niggas do die and the gangsters who ride by sticking to the code, never switching it up with the same clique that I was raised with, giving it up. They ask me how do you maintain in the blue and red jungle where the gangsters like to rumble and the busters stay humble by keeping it straight solid, never crumbling up with a mean whip gang with big guns on the top.
Catch me dipping in the coops to where the roosters be. Tripling flipping my loot, my heart boosting me. Dropping fluid, hot liquid, but you fools will sleep. All that talk so shit don't mean shit to me. And she ain't acting funny, she in love with a G. You got cop your main bitch, you going up to sea. Biggie bang off the chain, it's the G get me. Before you heard Big Snoop, it was RTC. Used to grind for them drop tops on all gold D's. Now I'm spending 6 figures when I cop those keys. Flying private jets, overlooking coastal seas. Chopping up my next move with my brother 2Z. Far off the window in a purple great leaf. Blew the smoke out my nose when I crossed Tennessee. I'ma shake the whole city, put the fuel to the streets. Set the state on fire until I burn down my beef.
They ask me how do you survive in a 40 to the 5 where real niggas do die and the gangsters who ride by sticking to the code, never switching it up with the same clique that I was raised with, giving it up. They ask me how do you maintain in the blue and red jungle where the gangsters like to rumble and the busters stay humble by keeping it straight solid, never crumbling up with a mean whip gang with big guns on the top. What?
Did you know? Now you said that you mentioned being a spiritual person and how Mother Nature takes care of itself and things like that. That relates to the next story. This next story is a did you know?
I love Did You Know. You know, it's always learn something new every day.
Absolutely. Now, you talked earlier about being a spiritual man, and you talked about how nature takes care of itself. This is a perfect story to prove that. Now, we know that the Indian tiger population has been going through some fluctuations in recent years. It was down for a while, and they really focused on building that population back up. And shout out to the Indian government and the Indian population for caring about one of their national treasures. According to Indian News, India reports increase in its tiger population on International Tiger Day. Now,
we dress up like tigers? I should have been wearing the polo shirt with the tiger on it.
What's the consequence if you don't dress up like a tiger? Like you get pinched, slapped, what is it?
We don't get clawed.
All right, now, the Indian News, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the results of All India Tiger Estimation in 2018 on Monday, which shows India is now home to 2,967 tigers, a third more than the population in 2014. Now, we're happy for this because tigers always been one of my favorite animals. We learned that their stripes is their skin. It's not their fur.
Yeah, the more you think about it, that is one of the strangest things. Cause you know, like their fur gets all puffy near their head. So like the stripes move or like grow with the fur as well, but it's not the fur. It's the skin. That's weird. So heck of an illusion, man. Heck of an illusion.
Definitely, and then they got the white ones and the crazy
snow leopards,
stuff.
Snow tigers.
Yeah. So I mean, tigers are an interesting animal.
The first time I seen one was Thundercats.
Thundercats. Boy, you brought one from the past right there. Mum Ra. Who else was on there? You had Snarf, Mum Ra. Man, great show. Good call right there. But hey, shout out to the tiger. Shout out to the Indian population, the Indian government. And we hope that population continues to grow. Just we don't want to see any stray tigers in our neighborhood.
With knowing that information, I can sleep a little bit better at night knowing that we're not all the way gone, being that we still got that.
You know, that's
as far as humanity and
that's a good point.
Because you know, think green and the guy holding up office right now does not believe in climate control and all of that. So it's a good thing that other countries are fighting that good fight for us. And
So the Indian government was able to save the tiger, and Trump wanted to kill the tiger. Boy, we need to get that guy out of office. Anyway,
the minority
just
is not
kidding.
safe.
All right.
Man, these niggas got me spinning, T-Lou. You know what I'm saying? This for my niggas right here. Load up your clips, my nigga. It's about to go down. We spinning right now. You know what I'm saying? This thing is real out here in the field. Go.
These chickens dogging me out, man. They bring the dog in me out. Yeah. You know I'm winning from beginning to the ending. When I'm spinning, leave them all. No. This is the microphone fiend on iiTTCAST. Go check out the all-day mini movie by WD3.
Tiger, watch out, because if Trump gets another 4 years, all the orange is going to be off of your skin. All right, so, did you see this next story, Magoo?
Nah.
The NBA is fantastic. This thing is crazy. Now, you know, a lot of the latest NBA players, stars, have been coming from Europe. A lot of them have been playing ball in the European League since they were young. Now, and we saw Yao Ming from China, and he's really opening up basketball in China. The NBA is now opening up a league in Africa. NBA Africa. Now, that is pretty sweet. Now, we know that a lot of the greats in the NBA, at least starting from the 80s, Akeem Olajuwon, Manute Bol, you have a recent player, what's the center's name from the 76ers? Embiid, he's from Africa. Antetokounmpo, he lives in Greece, but his family is actually from Nigeria. So this actually makes a lot of sense for the NBA to expand to Africa, especially since we don't have a lot of good centers in the league. I mean, everything went from stretch fours.
That's a big deal, though.
That is
Seriously.
huge. The latest NBA African center is named Taco Fall out of Central Florida. This kid is 7'6". We know Manute Bol was, 7'7". So all the tallest players seem to come from Africa. And then I think there was a couple like Murasan or something from Europe, but they sucked. But we had some really good centers out of Africa. Seemed to be a factory. Now, it says here on the NBA Africa Twitter site that, quote, "I am proud to say that Africa has arrived." Amadou Gallo Fall, NBA Africa Managing Director and Basketball African League President. It was a great opening ceremony. So when I was reading a lot of the comments, they said there was a lot of NBA stars who showed up at former, past, and present stars who showed up at the ceremony. So this African thing is really a big deal, and I think it's something that's going to improve the league. Like I said, we need big men in the NBA. We need skilled big men. Look at Antetokounmpo. This guy can dribble like a guard, but he's 7 foot like a center.
It says a lot culturally because, you know, behind closed doors, I don't know if it's folktale or not, but it's been words in the air that true Africans don't really respect black African Americans, African Americans, because we're not really African.
So do you see this as something that can
that's showing
exactly.
that there's some unification
camaraderie and
coming close.
some
It's coming together, because you know people don't understand what that would feel like, or how that must feel to be a race that no one accepts you, not in your own race,
Right.
that's a big accomplishment.
One of the advantages that the African players have, and they've always had, is those big men didn't grow up playing in the post from a little AAU kid and learning post moves. Those kids grew to be 7 foot and over, and they played soccer. So their footwork is far superior to the Americans and the Eastern European centers. So this is a really huge thing for the league, and we're definitely going to be keeping our eye on NBA Africa to see what prospects.
Maybe we're going to go check out that movie. I forgot that movie they did back in the day. They did that once.
They did a basketball movie about Africa. I had to check that out. I hadn't seen that.
It was almost like Cool Runnings, but it was on a basketball tip.
Okay. So speaking of cool, it's always cool when we get new subscribers, and it's always cool when we read your comments below. Have you seen any good comments here lately?
Man, I seen one, I forget his name, but best believe I will shout you out at the bottom of the screen. Just look for it.
Shout out to Nova, too.
When we go look at it, but we did get one that said their manager, their CEO. Oh, that's what.
Nova.
We them Thirds. That's who they were. We them Thirds TV.
Okay.
They shouts out to them. They said their CEO sent them to our page.
We
to check
appreciate
us out,
that, guys.
or to our channel to check us out. Likewise, check you guys out too. And appreciate your CEO for dropping that little plug for us.
So, if you'd like for your video to be in consideration for Video of the Week, contact us at itmail@gmail.com. iiTTCAST@gmail.com, and ask how we can make your video the Video of the Week. Now, we are really trying to reach out to a lot of you, so make sure we get those responses, because we do and we are excited about the new music that is coming out, and we're excited about your projects also. So,
and let us know how you feel about we giving you a little day in the life or a day of Oklahoma, or welcome you to our world. So let us know what you feel about that. Digging Oklahoma so far. We got lots of good things coming. Like we seen previous episode, he went on vacation. We do go out in the field and catch the events around town, and then bring them back here and let you guys know about it outside of Oklahoma, what we got going through the summer. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, we're getting ready for Mo to come visit us from Texas. My guys from Team Glow and his associates are bringing Mo to the town, and at the end of the month for Labor Day weekend. Or is it? Yeah, it's Labor Day, right?
right.
Like I said,
Well,
these holidays got me going crazy. Man, it's one of the holiday weekends is at the end of the month. Welcoming Mo from Texas down to up wherever. Sometime.
It's going to be on. Hey, check this out. Here's the challenge. Rep your city in the comments section. Let us know where you're from. You know we're repping Tulsa. Rep your city. Hey, shout out to Pasadena, California, Los Angeles, California, the Bay. This is the iiTTCAST. You're trending with WD3. My moderator,
Vision.
Magoo, with 3 O's. Give them the links, Magoo.
Magoo Vision at Twitter. WD3_Black Guy at Twitter, and iiTTCAST at Twitter.
Thank you for trending with us. Peace.
Now, forever.